Okay, so yesterday, Tuesday, it was Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. Mr. Karmelo Anthony out of McKinney, Texas, was found guilty of the murder of Austin Metcalf on that occurred on April 2nd of 2025 at a school track meet. And this whole case, I've been following it just passively, since it happened, it made national headlines and blah, 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 blah. You know how that goes. Well, him and his family set up a GoFundMe that raised like what a ridiculous amount of money, 600,000 for legal fees. But they didn't spend it on legal fees. They spent it on luxury items. And he had to go in there with a public defender, which they don't have nearly as much time and resources as a private attorney, or they could have afforded a legal team, but of course they spend it on stupid stuff. So, yeah. Well, they scammed a lot of people, just to say. Well, yesterday he was found guilty and sentenced on the same day a few hours later to 35 years in prison. He is eligible for parole after serving half, which is 17 and a half years. And okay, so he was sentenced to 35 years, and the charge he was convicted on in Texas specifically, each state is different. He could have faced anywhere from 5 years all the way up to 99 years. So that was like a major like time difference. I didn't expect him to get the minimum, but I also didn't expect him to get the maximum. Obviously, I don't think anybody gets the maximum unless it's especially egregious, which, I mean, this is like, a kid is dead and another kid lost his life. Essentially, there really is no real winners at the end of the day, because it doesn't matter. It's sad all the way around. It sucks, but yeah, it really does suck, in this case, or any cases like this. Now the jury also could have convicted him of manslaughter, so that was the lesser charge. The evidence was a little too overwhelming for it to be a not guilty. So the best he could have hoped for was manslaughter, which is a maximum of 20 years, which is a major decrease from the maximum of 99 years he was faced with what he was ultimately convicted on. Interesting legal stuff, but very sad at the same time. Anyway, I hope their families are okay, I mean, they're most likely not. They're most likely both distraught. And that brings me back to the point that there really isn't a true winner in this case. It's inherently bad all the way around. Anyway, guys, be safe out there. Have a great day. Peace out.